I'm going to bed.
It ended like 10 minutes to 1 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was... You think it was staged?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still kind of back and forth on it. A lot of people are saying it's going to be scripted from the get-go. And I think I wanted to believe in my heart of hearts, like deep down, I was like, I want this to be real. And a lot of people, they have their videos like, why didn't Tyson take the shot? Why didn't people breaking down the fight, like move for move? And there were some in there, like before the fight even happened. I was telling people at work and stuff, I was like, man, Jake Paul has a glaring hole in his offense, and it fits right in with Tyson's wheelhouse, like one of his knockout punches. And it's every time Jake Paul throws a jab, it's lazy. It's lazy. And he throws a jab, and he never returns it back to his chin. It's always wide open. Not to mention, his right hand's always dropped. Like, it rarely ever brings his hands up. And I'm like, man, and Tyson, he slips. He's known for his slip, cock, and hook. I'm like, that's like a match made in heaven. It's like, this is going to be quick.
Yeah.
And there was one moment where that scenario, well, actually, there's probably a couple where it happened, but there was one where it was clear,
about
like
half a dozen.
watching it, not a replay, just watching it live. There was a moment I was like, there it is, and it never happened. He just stood up, like Tyson just stood up. I'm like, like that should have been muscle memory.
Now,
and I'm like, that's
here's something I
20
noticed.
years experience that just what happened.
You notice they even called it out. He kept biting his glove.
Yeah, he used to do that in the old days too.
But only when he held back.
That I don't know.
If you watch his fights,
because he was doing it during the Holyfield fight too. He wasn't holding back during that. He was getting beat. I think that's like a...
No, what I mean is... Okay, I said it wrong. Sorry. It's kind of like, when you grit your teeth when you're mad. It's either you're mad because you're not doing good or because you have to you have to keep yourself back. It's kind of like a tick. Like, I think he was biting. If you watch him, every time, he'd be going and all of a sudden, Jay, he's like...
That's what TikTok says. I've heard that. It's like, oh, he's biting it because he was like not letting the beast out. I'm like... Yeah, but he's done that thing for a long time. If you watch his fights, he's not holding back. I don't know if that's when
he's not holding back, he doesn't bite it.
Thing. Yes, he most certainly does.
Not as often.
Not as often. He was gnawing on his gloves like the whole fucking fight yesterday, which I was like odd, but all right. But
I think the ass shot was unnecessary.
I'm lucky enough to have missed it live, like watching it. But, it's been everywhere since. Oh, yeah. What's up, everybody?
Hey, how you doing? Ass shots.
Yeah.
Or as the kids call them, back shots.
Yeah. Paint job. Anyway, I'm completely... I didn't even see.
Charger. It's, I don't know, something to do with the charger.
Oh, yeah. It just really
put it back in, Daddy.
Anyway.
Actually, wait.
Oh, yeah. I missed that. In person. But it's been the replay's been all over the internet, so I've seen it since. Not that I actively went out. It's just hard to avoid because you're either going to get video. Of course, it was all over TikTok, all over social media. People just right immediately after the fight was over. It was just social media is flooded with it.
Oh yeah.
And I remember I was sitting there last night and I'm watching it, and the fight was over, and I just pondered it for like a half hour. I'm like, huh. Because first I wanted to say that his 58-year-old legs were blown up. Because you could tell, like, once you got further into the fight, which Tyson's never been a distance fighter.
No.
Like, never has been. He can, but that's not his strong point. But like into like the fifth round, like you could tell like his legs were just not there. It was his upper body was jacked and ready to go, and he had but his legs were just not there. And apparently he had some knee injury or something. They kind of briefly mentioned after the fight. But the way I could describe it is, when like watching Tyson and like the way his body was last night, and like you get in a pool party, and like the two boyfriends have their girlfriends up on their shoulders, and they're like have, like big boxing gloves on or something. They're It was like watching that, except one of them was like Brock Lesnar sitting on like Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern shows. Like Beetlejuice is like, I can't hold them. And Brock's like, will you walk straight? I can't get them. That was like what I was watching. I'm like, man, this is uncomfortable. So
Brock Lesnar's daughter on Beetlejuice's back. I mean, they look very similar.
Yeah. Well, that would be a different. Anyway, so
Where's the girlfriend on the dude's back?
Yeah.
You didn't know Brock Lesnar's daughter is dating Beetlejuice.
Oh, Brock Lesnar's daughter is Beetlejuice.
I'd hit it.
It would hit you back. In both ways.
I meant in a playful, hating manner.
Shut up while I do this.
I'm picking you. No!
I want a 5 count.
Brock shows up. Let me sit on his chest. Vince, get over here.
Boy, where the hell did this go? Oh. Yeah, so
wobbly legs.
Yeah, so after the fight, I'm like, maybe it's just like, yeah, just Father Time. You just can't beat Father Time, like they said after the fight. But then you see some videos. Everyone's like, oh, it was scripted, it was staged. Like maybe. But then there was one video where I'm like, all right, that maybe has some merit. Where Tyson came out firing the first 2 rounds. Like the first round, I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be quick. That's where I was like, this isn't scripted. This is like this is gonna be quick.
Had to sell it.
He came out and he was on fire, and it looked like Tyson. It looked like Tyson, older, but it looked like Tyson. And the second round, you could tell he was a little winded, but he still came right out and started throwing punches, started moving, like pressuring Jake Paul. Even at one point, I think it was the first round, at one point, Jake Paul actually fucking looked like he flinched, like, ooh! Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, this is going to be quick.
And it was after he caught him with the one shot. He's like, oh, fuck, that hurt.
But then, like this video I watched, the guy brought up, then Jake Paul clenched. And suddenly he evidently said something in his ear. They unclenched. He tapped him twice on his back with his glove. They unclenched, and then suddenly Tyson was just kind of standing there, like walking up to him, like lazy jabs, like quick block, like cover, bite his glove, walk up, lazy jab, kind of back up. I'm like, what just happened here? I'm like, did he get blown up? Like what happened? What's going on?
I guess there's all kinds of camera angles. I guess people were able to somehow get recordings with their phones, and because I've seen a video about that. I've seen a few videos about that. Mm-hmm. Lip readers have said, Jake said something about,
I got your money.
I got your money.
I saw that. Yeah, after the fight, that wasn't anyone's camera. That was like the feed from Netflix. At the end of the fight, and they embrace, and he taps him, and he backs up, and he says something about got your money. So I like, man, don't. But now a bunch of actual fighters were pissed. It was like, you're fucking up the sport. And a lot of people after that, I even told her this morning.
He'll never get a serious fight because he can't have a serious fight.
No, he had one fight against the actual current sanctioned boxer, and he lost.
And he learned his lesson. He won't fight real fighters.
I this morning I said, I was like, I wanted it to be real so bad. I think I just fell into that. Like, I became that guy, that the wrestling meme. That's the little guy sitting in the bleachers like, it's real to me. Like, that's what I became for this fight. And like, I got bamboozled.
Give him the old dick twister.
I got bamboozled.
Yeah, grab his dick and twist it.
Damn it! I gave him my credit card information. Fuck, I'm an idiot. But that's what happened to me with this fight. I'm like, shit.
Ow,
and like in retrospect, I'm like, of course it was gonna be fucking like this. I'm like, Tyson's 58. He's still a monster, but it was like, there's no way. It wasn't. And then everyone's like, what happened? We see all these training montages. Granted, some of them was from like 2020 when he fought Roy Jones, but even so, even the new ones, like, what happened to that Tyson? Like, that's explosive.
Yeah.
Like, that's explosive. Like, he wasn't doing that at all.
No.
I'm like, what? So, it was really disappointing.
And I think I sent you that message. I watched it, and it was not worth it.
No. Like, and that's what I think made this morning really disappointing, because I woke up and I was fucking tired. And I'm like, man, I'm tired for no reason now. I could have just waited until I got up this morning and watched it. And then, while I was watching it, there were two things. One is the fight was what it was, but the second one is Netflix. Netflix was fucking terrible.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
One, the streaming services, like the service itself was horrible. Horrible. Like, mine only froze up twice. Only twice.
Yeah.
But the rest, I'd say conservatively half of the rest of the time, it was like super blurry and blotchy, blocked out.
And the subtitles were off, like, severely.
I don't even care about well, I don't have the subtitles turned on. It drives me nuts. Because I end up reading fucking all the time. Like, I don't actually watch the movie or something. I end up reading, so I turn those damn things off. I get ADD. But I thought, I'm like,
Yeah, he adds a lot.
I do. I thought, Christmas Day, they're supposed to have 2 NFL games.
Yeah.
How the fuck are they going to do that?
On what? Netflix?
Netflix.
No, they're not.
Yes, they're streaming Christmas Day. They're streaming 2 NFL games.
Not happening.
And then on top of that, in January, Raw's going to Netflix. Like, they better fucking straighten their shit out, because if they can't do this Tyson fight, like, how the fuck are they going to do all this? Like, everyone's going to go and watch football and watch Raw and shit. And, like, it's going to be constantly like, oh, the service is, it's going to be constantly fucking a 3-hour show. It's going to turn into fucking 18 goddamn hours. Oh, I got to call in the word because I'm at the second commercial break. It's ridiculous, though. Like, they want to do all that. Netflix is a fucking massive company. How do you not? Why is it that I can go on, like, YouTube will live stream things?
Yeah.
No problem there. But Netflix can't seem to figure it out.
Oh, whoopsies.
So that was rough. That was a rough watch all around.
Very.
All around a rough watch. So, that's the Tyson fight. This week was supposed to be a slower week. Like, because, the elections are over.
Yep.
Like, that's all over. We got over that. We talked about the left's response to everything. And I kind of anticipated at the beginning of last week that this next show would be like, all right, this is going to be a little more normal. We're going to kind of like, until like inauguration
Yeah,
gets
a little
close.
bit of
It's like there's going to be a little lull in between. Boy, was I fucking wrong. This has probably been more fucking wild than the last 2 weeks, 2 shows. What's that?
Yeah.
Oh. So the first thing I want to get out of the way before we get into the regular cycle is what do you got?
Oh, it's just family.
Oh. He scoffs at him.
I got family. Oh!
The UAP hearing. Did you hear anything about it?
I've heard whispers, no details.
Okay.
Well, I haven't really thought too much to look into it. I'm sorry.
Well, that's the thing, is like nobody's fucking talking about it.
Okay, so I'm not crazy.
No. And it came across my feed, of course. But nobody's fucking talking about it. And the things that were said, I'm like, how is this not fucking everywhere? How is this not over top of every other news story?
You talking about like the shadow government?
No, UAP,
Oh,
UFOs.
Oh, yeah. Unidentified aerial phenomenons.
Yeah, it's unidentified something phenomenon now. It's not even aerial because
Aeronautic?
now it's in the water
Aquatica?
too. Yeah, Atlantis. I don't know, but that's even a theory now.
Unidentified Aquaman perpetrator.
Yeah.
UAP. If you don't like starfish, you're gonna be real angry in a minute. Family Guy. He'll be deserting me. Well, maybe you shouldn't have let him on.
But so they came right out and they said, what was it, like a year and a half ago? They said, yes, there are things we don't know what they are. There are like objects that are in the air.
Yeah.
We have, proof in one way or another that they exist. And that was pretty much that. Well, now they came right out and said, it is other beings. They said it is non-human, higher intelligence, and they've been here longer than we have.
So we're the aliens.
Yeah. But, and they said they're coming from the ocean.
I'll fuck a fish.
But they also said that it's not just, some of them look very identical to us. And some of them don't.
So fish are off the table?
I don't know.
I hope not. I mean, I hope so.
But the fact
Skinwalkers.
that, like when they said that, I think it was when
It's Luca.
the one.
Disney's been Disney's been preparing us for it.
Well, I think Hollywood maybe has been, but I think the one thing, this was Wednesday it was. Yeah, Wednesday was a hearing. And that one guy that goes, it's non-human, higher intelligent, life form of higher intelligence than us. And I was like, I just played that over and over in my head. I'm like, what? Wait. So we're not the top of the food chain then?
Well, here's the thing. How did we catch it? If it's of higher intelligence,
Crashed aircraft, whatever craft. That was the other thing they
boat
said.
sank up.
And the other thing in the hearing they said is we do have technology of theirs or aircraft of theirs, or craft of theirs that we have been trying to reverse engineer.
Yeah.
So do adversarial countries. Most other countries in the world have these crafts too, doing the same thing. This is something that's like worldwide. It's like, yes, this is something we know. But I'm like, well, I was like, well, that would explain the tech boom in the 50s and 90s.
Yeah.
Because we're like pretty stagnant over hundreds and hundreds of years. Then suddenly, boom. Yeah. Well, we use the telegram, and then suddenly we have touchscreens in a 100-year span, and holograms, and AI. Now the AI is
don't
getting
have real holograms yet.
Not yet, but that's around the corner. It has to be. And AI though, which is getting crazier and crazier. So
Yeah, like the one Clinton video I sent you. You said AI of Hillary Clinton.
oh yeah, yeah, that's an old speech. But that's that's the excuse that'll be used now.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's credible excuse. Like that's AI. Like no, it's not. I remember. No, you're AI too. I'm like what? It's one of those things. Like how do you disprove that? I'm like no.
Fucking programmers, why couldn't you have made me a little smarter?
It's gonna be one of those
Giving
things.
me a bigger penis.
It's going to be one of those things where you can say, like, well, you're a racist. I'm like, well, no, I'm not. You're AI. I got real friends.
Gang's all here, man.
We got your back and your front.
In fact, we are all around you.
Actually, I only have 2 friends on the other side. They got my back.
I'm missing the joke.
Give it time.
Are you being serious?
Hmm?
Are you talking about legit people, or is this a sex joke? Seriously, dude, I'm lost. I feel like...
Moving on.
No, seriously, explain it.
I'm going to leave him there.
I feel like there's a fucking hose in the water. Like, you want air? I'm drowning here, buddy.
How does it feel to want? So, you got 5
DAP?
friends. 5 friends. 5 friends got my front. 2 got my back. We'll put it this way. Remember the apartment back in Washington Street?
Oh, God.
The guy across the way.
I got it.
I think I've told that story before.
2 fingers?
I don't know.
God, you are adventurous.
I just know.
I barely romanced myself enough to the first knuckle.
Not on the first date. Charlie, you're the only
I'm
one
not
in
a
there.
whore.
Charlie, you're the only one in there. No means no.
7 minutes in heaven. Thank you. I appreciate that. I needed that explanation.
Yeah. So, yeah, UAPs, UFOs. But again, like, I feel like I told my daughter, and she was like, what? I go, how come you're the only one that has the same reaction I do? Everyone else is like, yeah. Well.
Oh, I didn't hear the statement about it being smarter than us. I know there's been some whispers about it, and I haven't really looked into it, but I haven't heard much about it either.
No, and that's the thing is, like, it hasn't really been.
And that was one of those things
all.
that, unfortunately, I got to start paying more attention because aliens, UFOs, UAPs, this shit's been a roller coaster for the last, what? I don't know. We're 2024 now.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're talking about 70 years plus.
Yeah.
No, that was
of this.
50s. Yeah.
Whoop. Aliens are popular. Whoop.
Well, 50s is when it got into the pop culture, but it was the 40s.
Yeah, Roswell was in 40. Something. Whatever. But it's been in this. So, and with everything that goes on, it's gotten us to the point where, it's gotten me to the point where it's like, I'll pay attention when something actually happens because we've heard so much crazy shit, so much shit that could have been believable, so much shit that is just dead end, cheap fake, AI, dead bot, whatever. Stuff that gets down to a rabbit hole that it's like, oh, it has nothing to do with this anymore.
Yeah. It, well, maybe not surface value, who knows, but this is another thing that you could put another $1 in the Alex Jones's right jar. Because it's for a long time. He's like, it's not aliens, it's actually interdimensional beings that live here in the world. Like, he said this stuff before for years. I'm like, you fucking... But, like, those are one of those things you're like, okay, Alex.
Well, yeah. Well, guys, with my reaction...
Yeah, like 5G is
UAP.
controlling... 5G is making everyone docile, and they're trying to mind control everybody. Okay, Alex. Turns out 5G is docile, making everyone docile. Slowing down brain patterns. Like, what? Gotta stop doubting him. Speaking of, see, The Onion bought InfoWars?
No.
Well, they didn't. But that was all over. It was a couple days. I think it was Thursday. It was all over social. It was on X. It was all over. It was news articles. Like The Onion, the satirical website, buys InfoWars. And I'm like, what? And even Alex Jones is like, yeah, they evidently bought us without any kind of auction or anything. But I guess it didn't happen. What had happened was the guy that runs The Onion said, like, he made a claim that he wanted to buy InfoWars, but the offer they gave the judge is they wanted to buy it with future financial prosperity through InfoWars. Like, we'll buy it and pay you the money that we will make in the future from InfoWars. And it's just like, you fucking can't do that. Like, what are you talking about? Somehow that got out into the public, like, The Onion bought InfoWars. And, like, blew up. But, so, allegedly, I guess Alex Jones still owns InfoWars for now. But now he's starting to push his own thing, like alexjones.com or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
so, which, honestly, at this point, over the last 4 years, it's probably smarter that he just has everything under his own name because his name is more recognizable than InfoWars.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you say InfoWars. Like,
I didn't know InfoWars until Alex Jones.
Yeah. If you say InfoWars, the people that are going to know what that is just people that already know who Alex Jones is. And not everybody that knows who Alex Jones is going to know what InfoWars is.
Yeah.
So I think if he just goes by Alex Jones, kind of like what, James O'Keefe does.
Yeah.
Like, so I guess we'll wait and see what they do. And plus, if The Onion owns, like Tim Pool said it, he goes, what's The Onion going to do? Like, satirical things in Alex Jones? Like, it's been done fucking over and over and over. Even, it's in Marvel. With the last Spider-Man movie, where they had Jonah Jameson or James Jonah John, whatever the hell his name is, I can't remember.
Jonah Jameson.
He, like, his whole news thing he had with, like, the huge screen background and, like, the rotating globe.
Oh,
it was like a complete, like, well, that's Alex Jones. Even when I was watching it, I was like, that's Alex Jones. It's supposed to be Alex Jones. Like, talking about, like, oh, Spider-Man, he's this. Even talking like him. Like, so everyone's done that. So now the Onion's going to buy Infowars. Like, we're going to do satirical things. Dude, you're fucking 20 years late.
Jesus.
So I don't know whether that happens or not. But so that, I think that's, let's see, the fight, UFOs. Those are like the crazier off the wall things. As far as like normal topics.
Yeah.
Our normal topics. Here's the crazy off the wall things like the normal topics, the things that kind of go with the stuff we talk about. So,
I'm curious.
The left has gone crazy, right? Like more so than normal.
I thought we were talking about things that we are off topic, but in regards to our topic.
In regards to what we talk about, like things. Okay, the left's gone crazy, right? Right.
Right.
Okay. Well, no, they're not, but so. The different reactions they've had over the last like couple weeks of the leading up to and after the election, it's been kind of wild. And I'm just talking about like the voter base. I'm not talking about people. Okay. Well, and also the media. Like their media has gone like just like, what did we do? What did we do? What happened? Like we fucking listen to that over and over. Well, now talking about the politicians. Okay, I heard this today actually. I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, how can? So this is from Times Now. Are Democrats forming a shadow cabinet?
I heard about this.
What it means and why it matters. What have you heard about it?
I've heard that. So basically, if Trump stacks the deck, they want to put people in position, these shadow positions, that could, I guess, the way they pitch it, it'll be a voice for the people, for the voice, for the unheard, for the people that are going to be unheard because of the amount of right-leaning everything's going to be. And it can stop the flow of a lot of things.
Like information.
Well, I guess they're going to be more disrupt a lot of things. Like, so if the president wants to pass a bill,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay,
yeah,
they can disrupt the flow of it all, so that his entire administration will be nothing but a flop.
That's partially what it is.
No, that's what I heard.
Right.
I haven't heard much more than that.
During a U.S. House speech, Democratic Representative Wiley Nickel expressed concerns over Donald Trump's cabinet. Cabinet appointments of close aides, signaling potential Democratic opposition if Trump's agenda conflicts with public interests. Nichols' remark made amid the presidential transitions has stirred concern among GOP members about a shadow cabinet. Amid an ongoing transition of power in the United States after Donald Trump's election as president, a speech by Democrat House Representative Wiley Nickel, North Carolina, has sparked concerns in the GOP. Nickel, speaking at the House on Friday, reacted to Trump's appointment to his close aides to top positions in his cabinet, saying that there are Democrats in the House to oppose Trump if the agenda is against the people. They took the video down talking about it. If Trump attempts to weaponize the justice system against his political opponents, which has been fucking happening for how many years now in the opposite sense, but projection. Anyway, with Matt Gaetz at the helm, we could see incoming Senator Adam Schiff as our own shadow attorney general, arguing against replacing our independent prosecutors with Trump loyalists, Nichols said. Then he went on to speak about all the Trump appointees, like incoming Attorney General Matt Gaetz, Trump's Secretary of State nominee Marco Rubio, and Lee Zeldin, Trump's nominee for the chief of the Environmental Protection Agency. The video went viral on social media. Trump supporters claimed that the formation of a Democratic shadow cabinet is underway to prevent Donald Trump from implementing his agenda. Basically, what this is, or what it would be, is there would be the cabinet, like Trump's president, like Trump as president, and then his cabinet underneath.
Yeah.
This would be This would be the Democrats saying, we are not listening to you. We don't recognize you as our president, and anyone that's under you as like whatever head of whatever department they're in. We don't recognize it, and we're creating our own, essentially creating a breakaway government. Everything that was spewed in the last 4 years that the Republicans would do, this is what they're going to do. This is what they're going to do, and here we are. yet again, talking about everything they've been talking about, they're doing themselves.
Yeah.
Because that's what this is.
But they can't.
No, they're not supposed to.
And if they do...
I mean, technically, you can't, like, breach the White House, and yet, 4 years ago, people did.
Well, they didn't breach the White House. They stormed the Capitol.
Whether they broke in or were let in or whatever it was. We'll find out in like 60-some days. But, we can't have a summer of love. We can't, you name it. Like, there's a whole bunch of things we can't do, and yet it still somehow happens. Like you can't count illegal votes. And yet that's fucking happening too in Pennsylvania yet. But that's a whole other thing. I'll get to that shortly here. But there's a whole bunch of things we can't do, and yet they're going to do. And then granted, this is a few Democrats, talking about this. Like the extremists are like, we need to create a shadow campaign or a shadow cabinet. Like this government that operates within the United States as the United States, but it's not part of what the United States, where we are right now. We're going to do what we were doing last week, before the election. We're going to continue that agenda for half of you. So, but what happens is that goes viral and that creates more movement behind it. And that's how this fucking shit always happens.
Mm-hmm. Here's what I don't understand. Is like, if this isn't a telltale red flag, I guess, that it's now to the point where, all right, so based on the voter turnout, what happened? Trump won the electoral.
Mm-hmm.
Trump won the popular vote.
Mm-hmm.
That means everybody that turned out to vote, whether they were left, right, or down the middle, red, blue, or green, doesn't matter. The majority of the voter base voted for Trump.
Mm-hmm.
That means enough Democrats and Republicans and liberals and conservatives and and centrists or whatever, they voted for Trump. At what point do these Democrats in office, in these positions, at what point do they finally go, you know what? I'm not doing this for them. I'm just doing this because this is what I want. I have no interest in what my voters are actually going for. At what point do the people realize this?
Yeah, all right, yeah. When they realize, I think they started to realize it, and that's why the election turned out the way it did.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people
But there's
like,
still shit going on. So you said this is the kind of shit that happens that starts the ball rolling and gets some weight behind these movements.
But see, something like this that's that extreme, that's what's going to... This is where they don't get. This is what's going to cause more people that are registered Democrat, even just like your common Democrat. They're going to see this and be like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, this isn't what I'm not a part of this. And that's just going to drive more people away. And then what you're going to do is you're going to harbor your extremists. This is where your Marxism comes in. It's like these people that are like Marxist socialists. This is what they gravitate to. We're going to create our own government. This is the Chaz and Chop. And they had their own fucking thing over during the Summer of Love in Seattle.
Yeah.
Like that was a micro version of this. The idea of this anyway. Like that's what happens with that.
Whatever happened to that town?
I don't know. I think they just disbanded. Like everyone just forgot about it and like no one's paying attention to those guys. See, that's what you do. Is just when little things like that happen, just everyone turn their side and like turn. Don't give them attention.
Help! He's gonna rape me.
Don't give them attention. They'll stop.
Just ignore them like we're ignoring you, and everything will be just fine.
Oh, jeez, I can't make eye contact.
Still don't understand why you're letting a girl rape you, you pussy ass dude.
But what I was talking about before,
because men can't get raped.
Evidently, no. Yeah, just ask any anyway. Just like white people can't. They're
black people can't be racist.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, that's what it is. Can't be racist against a white person. There it is. I was talking about illegal stuff that's going on, right? It's like, we can't do this. So in Pennsylvania, what they're trying to do, and I think it's I think it's for the House seats. Don't quote me. House or Senate, one or the other. They're trying to recount votes and flip votes because now they're recounting and counting votes that were deemed illegal, like they didn't have the date on it or something like that. Like it's like now you can't. It's not filled out properly, so you can't. Like you can't do whatever. So now they're going back and be like, well, we're going to do it anyway. Like, see if I can find this. It's just an in passing thing. I was like, wait, fucking wait a minute here. The whatever lady that was actually going through the process of doing this said herself, she's like, well, I'm gonna count these votes anyway. And there we go. Oh, it's from... No. She said, like, I'm going to count these votes anyway, because even if it's illegal, because as long as it gets me in front of the judge to, like, prove my point or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's see what I can find.
There it is. Okay, so Pennsylvania Democrats openly admit to counting illegal ballots in McCormick-Casey race. Says, as the contested Pennsylvania Senate race, barrels toward its $1 million recount, Democratic officials in a few blue counties are openly admitting to counting disqualified ballots in defiance of state law and court orders. The Associated Press has called the race for the Republican Senate-elect David McCormick, who currently holds a 26,000 vote lead over incumbent Democratic Senator Bob Casey. But Casey has refused to concede and insists that every vote be counted. The close margin within 1% point triggered an automatic recount under Pennsylvania law. Yet, the critical question is which votes should be counted. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court ruled before the election that mail ballots lacking formally required signatures or dates should not be included in official results. However, Democratic officials in Philadelphia and surrounding Bucks Center and Montgomery counties are ignoring that court order. Quote, I think we all know that precedent by a court doesn't matter anymore in this country, Bucks County Commissioner, here it is, Diane Ellis Marsaglia, a Democrat, said Thursday as she and other Democrats voted to reject the GOP-led challenge to ballots that should be disqualified. People violate laws anytime they want. So for me, if I violate this law, it's because I want the court to pay attention. There's nothing more important than counting votes.
Yeah, as long as you win.
Yeah, we're counting votes, and everyone counts as long as I say it does.
But we already counted all the votes. You didn't count the votes that mean I win.
Yeah, you have to count these, not those.
Jesus fucking Christ, people.
Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. So
okay,
we shouldn't do this, yet we are. Yeah. So that's a shadow cabinet that evidently they're going to put together. Oh, did you see the thing that FEMA, the whole like
fired the chick?
Yeah, they fired her, and she came out and said like this is a normal thing we do. So if you don't know, FEMA actively, and this isn't the way the woman said it. It was like she was kind of half covering for FEMA while she was explaining this. Is like, well, no, this is a standard practice FEMA does. If we are going through, and let's say somebody has a dog, and there's somebody in the squad that is not afraid or is not comfortable with a dog, the whole squad will just skip the whole thing. I'm like, what? So like if that is an issue for,
you're in the wrong fucking job.
Yeah, for this isn't like, oh, we're gonna deliver ballots. We're in a ballot harvesting, or we're delivering mail or something. It's not that. This is like a search and rescue mission or some kind of rescue mission. Like this is a whole different fucking level here. And it's like, oh, they got a Chihuahua. Fuck those things.
So
I'm going to stay over here.
Because the people that worked for FEMA on the ground, foot to earth, saved some of these people, they were uncomfortable helping people who supported Trump.
Yes.
All of FEMA said, we're not going to force you or anybody for that matter to feel uncomfortable in their job.
Yes.
So you mean to tell me the people that were uncomfortable supporting or helping rescue Harris Waltz supporters?
I wonder. Oh, no, that didn't happen. You don't know why?
Because everybody was comfortable.
Most people in those positions that aren't on that extreme level are just like, I got a fucking job to do. Like, I don't give a shit what you support. I gotta, whatever. But then you have that side, that extremist side that was like, oh, I can't do it. I'm threatened. What if they try to take my rights away?
I think my favorite one was when the girl was crying. It was a black woman. She was crying to the camera. I can't believe you
Full
won.
stop. Any of those fucking videos where they're crying at a camera, fuck them all. I don't believe a single fucking one of them. If they have the wherewithal to go, oh.
I'm done. I'm done. That one seems really staged, actually.
The Fruit Loop there?
Yeah. No, but this woman's like, she's like, I can't
Fruity
believe
Pebbles.
it. You won. I'm just so afraid he was asleep because I'm going to wake up a slave.
Oh my God.
Like, they're just going to straight up, gotcha, bitch.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch where I'm like,
Because that's how, they. Here's the thing.
that's fear mongering. That's what, that's.
But you know what?
ABC,
She's right, though. She's
NBC.
very valid. She has a valid fear. It could happen.
Of course she does.
There is a clause in the United States Constitution that states, it was written back, when was the Constitution written?
1776.
The Declaration of Independence of the Constitution.
Oh, 1781. No, that's when it was codified.
So, 1781. They wrote this in the, I will find it.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, I'll find it. Okay. Where is it?
So, brief description now.
Oh, there's this. It's on that page. So basically, what this says is in 1792.
Wait a minute.
I'm reading. It's from the Democratic section.
Oh, okay.
In 1792, we knew Trump would be president again in 2024, and that if he wants at 12:01 on November 7th, 2024 a.m., he could reinstitute slavery without consequence and without any and all interference with judiciary custom. They knew.
Damn. They're well read.
They knew that in 1792. So I don't know if the public knows about this. That's how you read it from the left side.
Oh, no shit. Especially if it's seen on TikTok. How in the fuck? Well, I was wrong.
The left Constitution Guide for Beginners. This is the right Constitution
That's the correct.
for beginners. This is the right side. This is the left side.
I think, actually,
Is that unpatriotic?
my daughter made the left's constitution.
So wait. I think, did I just commit a felony? Isn't turning a flag upside down like a federal offense?
I don't know. I can't see what a flag. It's not a federal offense, but that just means a sign of distress. We're talking about
Upside down, no.
the Constitution. I don't know. I'm really
The
thinking.
upside down flag means something bad.
No, it means an upside down flag means a country in distress.
Hold on. Let me see. No. I think I don't know. What does displaying an upside down flag in America mean?
Should rephrase that as American flag, but whatever.
The upside down American flag becomes a pro-Trump protest.
No.
After former President Donald Trump's historic felony conviction, many of his supporters protested the verdict by posting images of an American flag flipped upside down on social media.
No.
A Manhattan jury, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Is it a crime to display an American flag upside down? The code, which is not legally enforceable, says that the flag should never be displayed upside down except as a signal of dire distress in the fact that it Charlie read the left constitution and slavery can be reinstituted. So it is okay.
Yeah, I'm proven wrong again.
In case any of you fucks out there haven't caught it yet,
This is 100% real. Oh.
This is 100%
it's
real.
A joke. Whatever. Stupid. Yeah, yeah, those every one of those TikToks. Like, I think I watched 3 of them. I've seen a shit ton by now, but when I first saw them, the 3 of them, I'm like, the same thing fucking happened before. Wait, what was it? Oh, the red fucking spit that we had during the midterms 2 years ago. They're like, it's gonna be a red wave, and then it's like, but then like even that, I was like, oh my god, they have Congress. We're all gonna die. I'm like, what the fuck? But that same thing, anytime anything like this happens, and I see people like post their reactions, especially if the ones that don't fucking get editing, and they're like, and then you see them at the last of it, they just go fucking straight faced or just like stone cold, and then they turn their phone, the camera off. I'm like, who are you fucking fooling? Oh yeah, everyone else that has a fucking mental disorder that's watching this shit. Because that's what this is. There was a whole suicide thing you see. It's like, 27 people have offed themselves after the election. I'm like, well, that's not a fucking problem with the electoral process. That's not a problem with Trump. That's not a problem with Kamala.
That's a problem with mental health.
That's a fucking mental health issue. That has nothing to do with elections. That's something completely different. And anyone who just says, because Trump got elected, these people, it's like, no, you're just using their fucking mental issue to fuel your fucking narrative. That's all that is.
Isn't that rhetoric?
Yeah.
You see a bunch of TikToks where people are leaving the country.
Bye.
Peace out, Cub Scout.
Most of them probably weren't fucking contributing much anyway. Well, I've seen some Hollywood. See ya. There was a...
did you hear about Taylor Swift?
Oh, God, what about her? God, Super Bowl's over. What
no,
with her now?
there's whispers of her getting sued.
For what?
Apparently, it's looking at being a class action lawsuit.
So everyone's going to get $500?
No, it's going to be the major... So, if you look at the map, allegedly... She has canceled the tour.
Oh, I've heard this.
In every state that voted red.
Every red state.
And it left her with like 4 tour dates, four shows. And now all these venue owners are like, well, you're contractually obligated. Well, your state voted red, so I'm saying no because I'm on my red.
Yeah, I don't know.
She still gets red, doesn't she?
I don't know.
She's young enough. She's not.
I don't know anything about Taylor Swift or what she.
You think?
I just know that
Kelsey drinks her red for like the adrenochrome.
God, I think Kelsey's the only one on that team that supports Kamala because of Taylor Swift. When it came out that like
you want this ass, you'll vote for class.
When it came out like Patrick Mahomes and what's their kicker's name and everything, they're pro-Trump. I'm like, huh? You're all right. Even if it wasn't pro-Trump, even if it's just like, nah, I'm not voting for Kamala. She's crazy. You're okay in my book. Fuck you, and you're, in the football world. But outside of that, you're okay. But yeah, I don't know anything about. I heard that again on TikTok. I'm like, who the fuck knows? Who knows? And honestly, I don't really care.
Suddenly, she's going back to all 50 of her drivers who she gave like $1 million each. Can I have that money back?
The only thing I will say about Taylor Swift, and I saw this, and I'm going to steal it for right now, is anyone who paid attention to what Taylor Swift was going to do during the presidential election, you're following someone who is notoriously making bad songs about poor choices in men. So there's that.
Romeo, take me.
So fucking whatever, Taylor Swift.
Oh, God.
Did you see the Dems wanted Biden in his last days to step down?
Yes, that's so, like, they're trying for it.
And give Kamala basically the participation trophy is 47th president, which that would do a few different things. One, and I think the biggest fucking that sucks, is all those 45, 47 hats that everyone have, now they'd be collector's items. You have to get 45, 48. Oh. But
that shit'll go up in merch value.
Here, that would. And so I was like, maybe I should buy one now, just in case. But the bigger thing here, and this is one I'm like, oh man, this is fucking, what a fuck you to anybody. If that was to happen, the first female president would be a participation trophy president. I'm stepping down. You take the reins for the next 30 days or whatever it would be. And now any woman that got elected would not be the first elected. Well, the first
truly
female president.
Elected, yeah.
They'd get elected, but you wouldn't have that. You were the first female president. First female elected president, but that aura, for lack of a better term, isn't there now. I'll be like, whoa, do you think she would do that? Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
But I was like, again, it's like, this is something that Democrats, I feel like, don't think all the way through. Like, if you do that, kind of like the 4B thing, like, if you do that, that's kind of blow up in your face later. Because now, like, there's another thing. It doesn't become a wedge issue. We're going to have a first female president. It's going to be a Democrat. Well, you just blew that. Just to give someone's like, here, you did your best. Well, now you don't have that to be like, first female president. So you already fucking did that. You just gave it to him. And then who was there? Who was there? Trump took it from her. So.
That just proves the theory that everyone says about Trump. He's really only good at beating women.
Did you see Biden and Trump in the White House?
I saw some still images.
I watched a video. It looks like Biden was so relaxed and happy. And I'm like, I don't. If it's not true, I'll tell you what. Everything I've seen in the last couple weeks, I truly believe Joe Biden and his wife voted for Trump. And I think at the last day, because his departure from running again and being in the race, I don't think he wanted to do it. Because it was a Sunday when he came out and said, I'm not leaving this race. I'm staying in it. I'm going to I'm going to campaign. I'm going to stay in the campaign trail. I want to run against Trump. The very next day, on an X post, he said he was dropping out. Telling me an 81-year-old man is like, I'm going to wake up and like, post on X like he fucking does. He probably doesn't even know where the fucking computer is.
He probably has that big, oversized TV remote.
He's got an oversized fucking phone, like, But
that's why I trip so much. You try stepping over the 9 to the 6 every time. Oh shit! Hit the 3.
But
fat finger.
The thing is like, I bet you somebody in his cabinet or in his campaign team posted that. He found out about it later, and then, as kind of a back and forth tug of war, he immediately after that endorsed Kamala Harris. I don't think Kamala was supposed to be the one to take over. I think they might have thought about doing a primary to see who the next candidate would be to run if Biden dropped out. Biden dropped out. He found out. Biden found out. And then
Biden found out that he dropped out.
Yeah, and then, as fucking weird as that sounds, and then he goes, okay, I endorse you, Kamala. And everybody knows, like, fuck. So now we have to run Kamala. But then everybody, this is one of those, like, 4D chess things that everyone was like, fuck, you're just giving it to Kamala? But mind you, like, what we all didn't see during the time would be like, well, that's the perfect person to give it to because nobody fucking likes her. Biden doesn't even like her.
Let me ask you this.
All right. This is all maybes. I don't know.
Yeah, seriously. Do you think it was somebody in his staff posted about it and he was like, found out about it and then he's like, all right, I endorse Kamala? Or do you think someone in his cabinet, he wakes up Monday morning and goes, wait a minute, I didn't post that. Yes, you did, Uncle Joe. You did it last night while you were drinking the gin. I didn't. Wait, I did. Did I drink?
Oh, man. No lie.
It's not a joke.
It's
I know I have a drinking problem, but
not a joke.
I had a job,
Anyway.
at a brewery,
And by
sent
the
in
way,
the mail.
That's Dana Carvey.
Dana Carvey. By the way, this is not a joke.
Yeah.
Serious now.
Yeah.
And then they finally got him and go, yeah, that's right.
Anyway, and by the way,
I'm serious. It's not a joke. Oh, no, he's back.
yeah. But if they handed her the 47th presidency, like that's, I don't know what that does. That doesn't do anything for him. Like literally, it would just be a participation trophy.
But I think it would.
Here's your sticker.
I genuinely think you're right when you did say that would fucking hurt. Any chance a true woman would.
It wouldn't hurt their chances of getting in. It would just tarnish the legacy.
Exactly.
It would
It would hurt the significance of a woman actually winning presidency.
Yeah, it would just shit all over it. Be like, I'm the second woman president. I went through the whole fucking spiel, won it legitimately, but
I was the first. No, you fucked the captain of the football team.
Seriously.
And half the others behind his back. You weren't elected homecoming queen. You were given homecoming queen.
Yeah. So
go back to the farm, Daisy May.
Did you see her campaign expenses? Everyone was also talking about that. And that was the meme running around too.
Debt.
Yeah, that was.
And Trump, did you see Trump put out a notice?
Yeah,
I'll pay it off.
He's going to pay it because they had a whole bunch of money left over from their campaign. But yeah, so this broad, she raises $1.3 billion in 3 months or whatever it was. We got so much money. Okay.
What did you see? She gave Beyonce like $10 million.
Yeah,
to fucking endorse her.
Beyonce, she gave
Cardi B
like $5 billion. She gave
weird.
Eminem was like $1.8 billion. She gave Oprah.
No, like he's just over $1 million, not billion.
Oh yeah, million. Is of 1.8 million.
Isn't it weird that the white man was the one paid the least to do the job? It's almost like you hired him on as cheap labor and had no intention of paying him at all.
That would be like. I don't know, there's a word for it.
That'd be
stupid
like,
or something. I don't know, whatever.
That'd be like an indentured servant system.
Yeah, but you know what? He came out and he didn't really... He said like two fucking things. He said like, we need a future where you're not afraid to have political beliefs. It's like... Wait. FEMA's skipping fucking houses if you have a Trump sign. But we need a place where... We're not worried about being condemned if you have different political beliefs. Fuck you, Eminem. Yeah. And then, like, the meme that was going around was like, so this woman who's saying she's going to rescue our...
Oh, I saw that.
Our economy.
She could save the economy. Raises $1.3 billion and now is in debt for $20 million.
$20 million in debt.
I saw another one.
The debt that it's scared, like the whole debt thing. It's not like she is in true debt, but technically yes, it's debt. But just the whole idea of it is like we raised so much money, we fucking blew it all, didn't get anything, got torched in the election, and now we're in debt. That's like you. It's like there's a race, and it's two people, and they start running, and someone shoots the gun, and they're like, go! And she runs out, gets this huge fucking lead, and then she realizes, oh, I'm missing a shoe, it fell off. And then she starts going off to the side, and there's a fucking cliff, and she rolls off it. She fucking rolls down the hill, and then blows up when she hits the bottom. And so, oh, what happened? That's like what just happened with this race. And then the ambulance comes and just throws her a check and leaves her at the fucking bottom of the canyon. It's like,
buy yourself something nice,
I mean, not a check, a bill. That's what you owe us. Just leaves her there. That's what fucking happened with this election. It was funny.
At least the way we described it.
Yeah, in my head it's funny. Oh, jeez. Yeah, so there. And if you go on, I guess, her campaign website, she's taking donations. And part of those donations is going toward a recount. Which you can't do because they already, like, a lot
she
of
already
these
conceded
people.
it.
Yeah, she already conceded.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I guess, like, well, they're talking about all their people, and this is where Pennsylvania comes in. She's talking about, like, the House and the Senate recounts.
Yeah.
So she's taking that money and giving it to them to recount. Again, I will say, even if it's fucking bonkers, everything they're doing, The left is very, very, they march in lockstep, and they're very motivated.
Very determined.
Yeah.
You gotta
They're
admire that.
organized. That's the word I'm looking for.
They're not organized.
Well, they're not organized when it comes to critical thinking past point A. But when it's like,
25
look,
letters of the-
we have to get here. Let's all go. And they get there, and they're like, well, now what do we do? We didn't think about that.
Yeah, they got past A, but they didn't consider the other 19 letters in the alphabet.
Yeah, well. Wait, isn't there more? No,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
numbers.
that's right. I forgot. U-R-A-U-T. That makes 24 letters in the alphabet. Aren't you going to ask the
Nope.
last letter?
Nope, I'm not asking anything.
His curiosity will get the better of him.
Probably in a day or two.
I'll give you the D later.
There's still a letter missing, though.
Fuck you.
Clip that one. Oh, I will say, before I go on to the next
Leaders
thing,
of the free world can't do the alphabet.
I will say, I gotta start tagging you in these fucking clips on TikTok. Your idea for your reform of the electoral process, actually, there's a lot of people going, that's valid. Like, that's interesting. I was like, well, look at that. Like, the whole 10-minute explanation of it. But I'm like, this is 10 minutes. It'd be hard pressed to see how many people actually go through this whole thing. But I'll throw it out there. And it got a lot of traction. I was like, wow, way to go.
Wait,
Oh, jeez.
suck it. I'm going to Disney.
Oh, great. Now we're all fucked up.
Wait, suck it, Fox. I'm going to Disney.
Am I still in the... Yeah, I'm still in the shot.
We're good.
We're all fucked up. All right, so we're all fucked. What are you doing? No, it's just the whole thing. Don't just leave it. No, don't touch it. Don't touch it.
I'm not touching the camera.
Just leave it.
I don't know what to do.
Nothing.
I'm new. I don't know what to do.
I got this. I know what I'm doing.
Suck it, Fox. We're going to Disney.
Jeez Louise. Anyway.
Oh, I just flipped them off.
Yeah. Sorry, viewers. He's new.
No, hey. I'm glad I had a good idea. I'm good for one every now and again.
What was I talking about? Oh, so the what the hell? Why is it?
Really?
What?
I actually say something. I don't want to be known on this show for actually having good ideas. I want to be the one that people are like, is he,
I don't want to produce anything. Like,
is he gay or like, was he dropped? Or he suffered trauma.
Is he AI?
I want people when they watch this podcast to go, you're the smart one. He's the traumatized one. He's the one who's dead inside. He's the one who's got a fire in his thighs.
What?
Thank you. The podcast.
All right, you got it
right
back.
now.
Everything's right back to normal.
Thank you.
The universe is one again.
Joe's president, and we're back. To the
Yeah.
spots.
Here we go. Got wild there for a minute. So last week we were talking about the 4B thing, right?
Yeah.
Did you see what it turned into? At least part of it. The Matka,
The what?
Aqua Tofana, make Aqua Tofana great again.
What the fuck is Aqua Tofana?
All right.
I've missed something.
So everybody knows, like, well, this is another one of those fringe groups that just kind of bubbles up and be like, we're the Shadow Cabinet and fucking Aqua Tofana.
And believers are still a thing.
Right. So this is from the Economic Times.
Aqua Tofana?
Your body, our choice. Deadly Matka movement emerges in U.S. All about women's new trend after Trump's victory. So,
What, are they sewing themselves shut?
after South Korea's feminine 4B movement, it is the Matka movement that is a trend in the United States. The Matka, or Make Aqua Tofana Great Again movement, is gaining traction in America after Donald Trump's victory in the recently concluded presidential elections. Some women are apprehensive over Donald Trump's return to the Oval Office and therefore are using a centuries-old metaphor about women poisoning their husbands to channel their disappointment, causing a stir online. This is from like the 1630s where this whole movement came from. So women that were in abusive relationships and whatnot there'd be like snake oil salesmen kind of things. They'd buy this elixir that was a poison that they would then poison their whoever it was, significant other, for lack of a better term, and kill them to get out of that relationship. Because, you just couldn't leave them back then. So now this is the whole movement. If your other half voted for Trump, just poison them. Aqua Tofana. Yeah, so the Maca movement is a recent online trend in which some women humorously advocate for reviving Aqua Tofana, a 17th century poison used by women to kill and escape their abusive husbands, according to Newsweek. The Maca movement hits out of Trump's popularity "Make America Great Again" slogan. Blah 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 blah. Yeah,
I still like his other slogan better. Make America safe again.
Oh, yeah, make America healthy again. I'm fucking huge on that. Like RFK Jr. in there. It's like, fuck yeah, man. Although they did talk about one thing.
Maha Masa? Maha Masa MAGA. Sounds like a fucking Jar Jar Binks stutter when he's drunk.
Actually, it sounds like a play on southern slave states. Anyway. What?
Continue.
All right.
I got something for you.
Yeah, so they say it's like humorously put out there, but like I said before, these little fringe things.
Crazy enough fucking morons.
That's the thing. There's these fringe things that'll pop up, and then it goes on social media, and it'll get the ball rolling, and then there you go. You have another fucking crazy ass movement. Like this is where the riots and things came from, like shit like that.
Misa got to do a lot of looking for this one. Yes, it has something to do with that. Misa got a lot of looking to do. God damn. Excuse me.
See, Trump's staff, the people that he keeps getting in his staff, and the people that are working with him now are just going to work. That might not be in his staff, but it's like, oh yeah, we'll work with you.
Yeah.
Like it just, we'd say, or at least I was saying the Avengers, but now every week just more people join. I'm like, what the fuck? Even Bernie Sanders said he's gonna work with Trump evidently to go after credit card companies for having like 30% interest on their fucking payments.
Some of them.
Yeah, cap it at 10%, and basically treat it as a crime to way overcharge on interest rates for credit cards. I'm like, wait, like the Bernie Sanders? Like really?
He's still alive?
Well, yes, A, and then two. He's staunch socialist, like Democrat socialist, like libertarian, old school. He was arrested. There's pictures of him being arrested during the civil rights movement in the 60s. Like he's old school. He's gonna work with Trump. Like it's really bizarre watching all these people. What do you got?
Coming at you.
All right. Is this something I'm sharing on here or something I'm gonna look at and be like, Rumble? Rumble. Okay. If you have to question it, then it's Rumble because fucking TikTok.
Nothing's really said that TikTok or YouTube or Google would be like.
No, that's not true. You want to know why? Because I got a strike on TikTok, though I argued it and got taken back, but they didn't give me the video back. They said it was promoting hateful ideology.
What?
Talking about Alex Jones possibly getting the Speaker of the House. Nothing in that segment was talking about hateful anything. Only because one of the hashtags in it was Alex Jones. Because of that, automatically taken down, given a strike. I'm like, for fucking what? So I appealed it. I appealed it twice. And they said, well, we're not giving you, you can't have the video up, but we'll take your strike away. I'm like, what? But there was nothing. It's like Alex Jones might be Speaker of the House. Granted, he's not. But I was like, that's fucking wild. And they said, well, it's promoting hateful speech and ideology. I'm like, fucking how? So whatever you're sending, like this is how stingy they are. TikTok, anyway. Like YouTube's no problem. For the most part. Yeah, but Whoops. Let's see. Trump's staff. There's Hegseth.
Yeah.
Was it Pete Hegseth from, was it Fox and Friends or something like that? And of course, they blew up over that. Like, well, you got TV fucking us? We went from having an actual general in the White House to over the border, whatever the fuck, to a Fox and Friends person.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or security and defense, I'm sorry. Yes.
He's got the endgame team, though, I'll tell you that.
He does. Trump picks Fox News host and Army veteran Pete Hegseth to serve as Secretary of Defense. Said has chosen Pete Hegseth. Hegseth's selection was a surprise, and it was, as he was not among those considered as a likely pick by members of Trump's team, sources familiar with discussion told CNN. Sources said that it came down to Trump having a long-standing relationship with Hegseth, noting that the president-elect always thought he was smart and was impressed by his career. Trump also likes that Hegseth is a military veteran and that the account of his service in his book, the sources say. While Hegseth's name has not been on the initial shortlist, Trump was suggesting to land on a choice for the job, and he liked Hegseth from Trump's last term when he briefly considered him as leading the Department of Veterans Affairs before being warned that he may not get confirmed by the Senate. Which I think that's what's going to happen with Matt Gaetz. I don't think the Senate's going to confirm him, but it's neither here nor there, I guess, right now. But there's a post on X that said, I mean, sure, Pete Hegseth is an Ivy Leaguer with multiple tours who has over 20 years experience in the military service before becoming a veterans advocate, but he didn't work for Raytheon or hire drag queens for recruitment, so is he really qualified?
Oh, God.
But yeah, so they got...
If you haven't blown a tranny at least once in your lifetime, and I'm not talking about a Humvee during a convoy, then you cannot be in the Biden-Harris administration. Check your local listing for deals.
So yeah, and then they got Tom Homan as the new border czar.
Oh, God.
Talk about fucking stone cold and just straight face answering questions. This is a border czar. Everything he's saying, I'm like, yes. Like when AOC grills him.
And I was about to say, I remember the one AOC says, "Are you in support of separating families?" I'm in support of deporting people who break into the country illegally.
Yeah. And he's like, well, what about separating families? I was like,
in America.
Yeah.
We're talking about legal asylees. If they come into this country illegally, seeking asylum is not illegal.
Yeah.
Doing it illegally is illegal. There's a port of entry.
Yeah. He's like, do it legally by going through the port of entry. And he's like, what if there's, what if they come in through their family? It's like, we'll deport all of them together. Or her question is like, well, what if they're born in the United States? It's like they can be deported, and when they turn 18, they can come back. I was like, well, there you go. But again, like I know, like the argument would be like, well, what if they're trying to escape some kind of terrible this, that, and the other thing? It's like, yeah, but there's a lot of them that aren't. A lot of them aren't just for the fact that because it was basically open border or open door policy. They're just coming across to come across.
Yeah.
I'm like, but yeah, so he was named as like, geez, he's like hardcore. I'm like, okay,
he's
yeah,
going for
fine.
He's going for some stone cold killers in that cabinet.
Tulsi Gabbard,
yep,
director of national intelligence, which funny enough is the same department. There we go. The same department that put her on a national domestic terrorist watch list.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
So now
I do.
She's the head of it. I was like, well, that's
watch me now, bitches.
Yeah. Matt Gaetz, attorney general. But and then he's the one that right now he has allegations of sex trafficking or something. Or those ended up being false allegations, but he's still in litigation for something or other. So that's where I'm like, I don't know if the Senate's going to pass that one. Because there's still some fucking rhinos in the Senate that would be like, So it's not like this is a complete sweep where everything's going to go Trump's way. Of course it's not. Yeah, no. But for the most part. Then Elon Vivek, Department of Government Efficiency, Doge. Which Doge went up in the crypto market. I was like, oh, look at that. Bitcoin went up. It hit 90,000 this week. 90 fucking thousand. That's what? So yeah. I guess as far as the Department of Government Efficiency, the average person has a $15,000 burden on them due to regulations. Just like, things like we need to charge you this like tax or whatever.
Yeah.
Because of this regulation. 15,000 on you. Did you see the thing they were Elon was talking about? I think he posted it on X. The White House, not the White House. I think it's the Congress. They have that bar there. It's like the House bar or whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, like, we don't need this. Like, the amount of money they spend on that is like Nancy Pelosi. He's put, like, Nancy Pelosi can get shit-faced or whatever on her own time. So I guess they're going to get rid of stuff like that. But I guess they're talking about that's the waste they were talking about. And then the argument that was immediately put up as soon as Trump named the Department of Government Efficiency, like, we have this department we're going to put up. So everyone is like, well, so your idea of making small government is to make more departments in government. So now, it was January or something, or July of 2026, the Department of Government Efficiency will disband after they're done doing whatever cleaning they're doing.
Jesus.
So,
good.
Him. RFK, the Secretary of Health, which I think everyone saw that coming. And Ron Paul's son, Rand Paul, I guess, is going to work with RFK and doing whatever the fuck they're going to do. There's something about they've been posting on X about trying to find, what the fuck is the name during COVID? Fauci.
Oh, Fauci.
Yeah. So there's that. Yeah, then they put Bernie Sanders going to work with Trump. It's just like the team he's putting together is like, geez. And there's a whole bunch of other ones too. Like, well, they said, the Department of Health, there's also a meme put out there on how, like, RFK's a nut. He's anti-vax and this and that. And then they have a picture of Rachel Levine, the trans.
Yeah.
That was the old Department of Health, like the second. So, like, all they did was put the two pictures together and, like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those are my big fucking points. Then, like, New York. Oh, the pay in New York for, that's something else. UK imprisoning people for viewing far-right material online now.
The UK is?
Yeah.
Has nothing. They're not even. Oh my god.
Well, they have like a right wing, left wing, in Parliament.
Oh, okay.
Same idea.
Okay.
Yeah, but they are. So I guess now they're, even if you view it, any kind of, and they'll whoever determines what that rhetoric is, be like, well, that could be terrorism in our eyes. So now you get jail time for that, which I think is fun.
Censoring what we can and can't watch.
Well,
not us, them.
Kathy Hochul pushing through that congestion tax down the city.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, well, it's $9. We want to keep money in people's pockets. So don't fucking charge money. Like, this is what we're talking. Like, this is why everyone in New York City is like, she's got to go. Isn't she one of those participation award winners?
Mm-hmm.
She's one.
Look how good she's doing.
Yeah, she's doing great. She's gonna.
Well, that's just it. Like, you can ask, Scoot. A lot of truckers are talking about not doing it. Like, obviously, it'll get to the point where commercially.
Yeah, because that's going to fall on all the businesses. And how many,
It's going to jack up the prices of getting your loads in and out of the city.
Yeah. Like, what is that, just in Midtown? I think they're doing it?
No, they're doing it.
It's what I saw. It's different prices in different boroughs or something like that.
They're doing it across all the boroughs, but they're doing it.
Like Midtown, I think is $9, and then like up further is like $5 or something like that. It's just stupid numbers I'm throwing out, but I know just the whole idea of it. I'm like, they put it on pause in June because elections are coming up. Don't want to look bad, so because the elections didn't go her way or their way, well now it's like, all right, we're going to put it in warp speed, fucking $9 instead of $15, or we're good, right? Yeah, whatever. And then this way, they're trying to push it before inauguration, so Trump can't go no, because Trump is a New York guy, so you know he's gonna be like because you fuck people over there and they start leaving, you're affecting his businesses in New York City.
Oh yeah.
So you know he's not gonna want that. So this dumb broad is trying to fucking push all this stuff through. He's like, why don't you give me fucking money? We need it. It'll be used to help repair
the bar that they're taking out. Put it in my house.
No, maybe. But what she said was the cabs or buses and the subway systems in New York. That's what we're going to do. They're going to use $9. Your $9 is going to fix that bolt that's on that wheel in the subway. We just need a few other $9 and we can get this thing running again. It's good.
It's cardboard taped to a wooden frame. Way to go.
Bye.